I just wanted to take a moment to talk a little bit about, like, I spent a lot of time talking about weight loss, and I felt like I've been getting some questions. People ask me about weight gain, muscle gaining specifically, right? And, there's a lot of different theories out there, and I'm sure I'm going to rub some people the wrong way when I say this, but bulking is not an excuse to get fat. Sorry. I know that guys love to say, oh, I'm bulking up, so I'm going to eat what the fuck I want. And no, it's it, it's counterproductive because then you have that much more to cut later. So not that you're not going to gain some fat, right? Because you have to gain some fat if you're going to gain some muscle because you need to be in a caloric excess. Okay, so you got to eat more than what you're expending. But myself, which is why I don't even have a shirt on in this video, is to make a point. So if anyone has seen the pictures of me from like May 30th, I think is when I finally decided to end my cut. I was doing an experiment to see if I could make weight, getting down to 135 pounds. Because I wanted to see if I could lift at 62 kilos. 62 kilos is a little bit above 135, but I made a point. I always overcut, especially when I'm doing a test, just like to experiment with like a dry run, just to see, hey, can I make this weight? Um, Thing is, I realized that when I cut down that low, I lose way too much strength. Going from a 77 kilo to a 69 kilo, lost maybe 2 to 3 kilos per lift. Um, when I went from 69 to 62, yeah, I lost like 10, 12 kilos per lift. I lost just a massive amount of strength. And I think the thing is that I actually probably lost a good amount of muscle. Whereas going from 77 to 69 was probably mostly fat loss. Getting from 69 to 62, I definitely lost a lot of muscle just based on the fact that even though I was down at like, I really did, I get that, according to my DEXA scan, I was 4% body fat, which is insane. It was like 4.8% body fat, I think is what it was, but still, regardless, that's like insanely low. It was way too low. I had no strength at all. So here I am, though, from 135 at, we'll just round it up to 5% body fat. So from 135 at roughly 5% body fat, right now I'm sitting at 162. I'm not a very lean 162, but I'm 162. And I'm 162, and I think I figured my body fat out the other day to be like 8.3%. So, that being said, clean bulking. This is the crazy thing that, Chad, oh, what the fuck is Chad saying now? Clean bulking. I'm tired of people with the dirty bulking. Oh, I'm dirty bulking, so I'm just going to go and shove all this shit in my face and gain as much fat as I want, and I'll worry about cutting later. Yeah, and I hear guys say that all the time, I'll worry about cutting later, except for the fact that they never get around to cutting. Oh, I'll worry about cutting later, I'll worry about cutting later, I know guys that have been on bulk for 3 years, so I'm sure you do too. My point, clean bulking. The way I did this, and it is, um, Lane Norton actually even talks about how there's this fat rebound that whenever people come off of like bodybuilding diets where you get super super lean. So myself down at 135 and 4.8% body fat, it was way too lean, and so if I would have just tossed a whole bunch of excess calories in, my body would have gotten fat really fast. Instead, what you have to do is actually continue the diet. So you continue to diet, but what you start doing is you start slowly increasing your calories, right? And this is one of my big hangups is I'll see guys be like, oh, I'm going on a bulk, and then they just like double, triple their calories, like they're through the roof. It's like, well, I've been eating this way for so long. I'm gonna go on a bulk, so I'm gonna start going to like Burger King first in the morning. I'm gonna get like 5 or 6 of those egg sandwiches, and then I'm gonna eat some donuts, and then for lunch I'm gonna have 2 foot long subs at Subway and a triple Whopper, and then I'm gonna eat a whole bunch of other junk food in the afternoon, and then I'm gonna have this big giant dinner and all this shit like that. And it's like, wow, man, you're just throwing so many calories down the pipe. Your body couldn't even turn it into muscle if you were on steroids. I mean, there's an excess of calories to such a point where some of it's going to have to spill over into fat because you're consuming more than your body could even metabolically process into muscle. So you're not really bulking at that point. My solution to you is clean bulking, and I offer that to you. Clean bulking. Every week, increase your calories by about 5%, and I'll do that for 4 to 6 weeks. It's not an exact science, it's kind of an art. You pay attention to your body. You pay attention, am I gaining too much fat? Am I gaining, but am I gaining fat or am I gaining muscle? You got to pay attention to that. So, each week, maybe increase your calories by 5%, okay? And then after 4 to 6 weeks, I'll do what I call mini cuts. And it's not really a cut, okay? It's just simply that I scale my calories back to maintenance level-ish. So you figure you start off at 2,000 calories. Just grab that number there just real quick, okay? If you're going to take 5% of that, okay, you're looking at a very small increase, okay? Whenever we say, okay, I'm going to increase my calories by 5%, it's like, you're only looking at 100 calories for this. It's a very, very small dent. This is not a huge boost. So, this little tiny increase, are you even going to notice it? Probably not. But neither will your body. So your metabolic rate will speed up a little bit. Now you've got some extra calories, but you don't have this massive overload of extra calories where you're going to start packing on fat. The next week you increase by 5% more, which is, again, going to be roughly 100 calories. It's a little bit more than that, but you can literally just call it 100 calories. In fact, if you want, you could do week 1 eating 2,100 calories, week 2 eating 2,200 calories, week 3 eat 2,300, week 4 eat 2,400, and then week 5, if you're ready for a mini cut because you're starting to gain some fat, you do this mini cut. It's not even a hard cut. You just simply roll back to maybe 2,200 calories. Okay, so you're still past your original level. You're still past that original 2,000 calories. But the thing is, you're just going to scale back your calories a little bit. And then maybe you do that for a week, 2 weeks, and then you start ramping up again. So now you're at 2,200 calories. So now for 4 weeks, you're going to go 2,300, 2,400, 2,500, 2,600, and then maybe mini cut again. And you're going to come back down to like 2,400 calories, somewhere in there. Hi, Bubba Bear. What are you doing? So, but you're gonna keep changing your calories, and you just kind of scale them up and then scale them back down. Just kind of ride the wave. Pay attention to what your body's doing. If you're gaining fat, then you went up in calories too fast. If you're not gaining muscle, then you don't have enough calories. Okay, and your body, your metabolism is flexible. It goes up, it goes down. The more you eat, the more it speeds up. The less you eat, the more it slows down. So it's going to be variable. But the point is, clean bulking is basically you're going to eat good food. Don't just, I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get all this shit and then I'm going to have a whole bunch of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. No, just eat good food, real food. I like meat and potatoes, but you're just going to eat more of it. Ta-da! So there you have it. Clean bulking in a nutshell. I'll probably do some more videos talking about it more specifically, getting into like the nitty-gritty and the tricky stuff about it, but that's a general concept of what I do, and people keep asking me, how do you stay lean while you're bulking? Well, that's how I do it. It's this small increases in calories, mini cut, small increases in calories, mini cut, and I also want to say that you want to be metabolically flexible. And so that doesn't mean that you can't have some cookies or something like that. I always like doing a bulk through like Thanksgiving and December because you're going to spend time with family. And I used to be really, really strict. I used to deny myself everything. I really did. And my girlfriend will tell you, I literally went 2 years straight without having a single cheat meal. I didn't eat one single thing off of my diet. I can follow a diet super strict. And then I realized one day that, you know what, my mom isn't going to be around forever, just like how my puppy won't be around forever. And so I shouldn't deny myself my mom's chocolate chip cookies, because that's going to be something that I'm always going to remember for her. She always makes chocolate chip cookies for Christmas. So I decided, you know what, this is stupid. Here I am depriving myself of these things. Or my puppy over here, why can't I share an ice cream cone with my dog? That's going to be one of those things that the memory is worth more to me than whether or not, my diet was perfect for a whole year. Because really, if you're metabolically flexible, you can get away with those little things. I'm not saying have cookies every day. I'm not saying have ice cream every day. But I really don't think my one ice cream cone a month or, at my parents' Christmas party having, a couple chocolate chip cookies is going to ruin my diet. So there you have it. Clean bulking. It's just basically generally eating better than what you normally would bulk with. and that should wrap it up.